fireman with the fireman's hat and the hose. Because what I refuse to do is to go out and put out fires. Anybody in this room do that? Go out and you're always putting out somebody's fires. Always somebody got an argument in the warehouse. You got a customer and causing some trouble over the phone. You got to go put out that fire. Now, was owner, help me. And you put that fireman's hat on, you grab that hose, and then away you go and you're putting out the fires. I fired myself from that actually now. Used to not, because I participated in what everybody else did. I'm sitting there in traffic and I'm going, I start speaking at 7:32, and I mean on the dot. I'm watching the second hand hit the 12. And the traffic's not moving. We're going nowhere. And I could feel the pressure building. And I'm going, boy, this feels familiar. This is what happens during the day. And I felt it building and building so much, I was about to explode, because I have to set the example on being on time. A leader has to set the example. If I'm late all the time, my employees will be late, because we mirror each other. So I'm sitting there on 290, I'm in traffic, and I see this guy beating up his steering wheel. I could see the blood flying from his fist. I mean, it was brutal. I saw people's anger, and it just seemed like there was going to be a huge explosion of stress right there on Highway 290. And I went, I'm no better. I'm sitting here about to explode myself. Well, what am I going to do about this? Kirby, you're kind of a proactive person. Do things a little bit different. I took that rearview mirror and I pointed at me. I looked at myself. I saw all this stress all over me. I could see more wrinkles. Stress causes wrinkles. That's the last thing I want is more wrinkles. And I looked at myself and I pointed my finger at that mirror and I said, "You are fired." And I meant it. Fired myself right there in the middle of 290 from participating in all that stress, because guess what I can't do? I can't control the traffic and I can't control time. Can't do it. Can you? If you can, I want to know how. I can't do it. So why participate in something I can't control? Fired myself. So I tell you what, I took that CD out of my box there, and it was my favorite CD, and I threw that thing in, and I started jamming. And I'm bouncing up and down, and I must have looked pretty silly, because this lady looks over at me and smiles, and she waves at me like, "I caught you." What do? I wave back. And I kept bouncing up and down. CD, and she started bouncing up and down. Looked over. This guy in this big old monster truck, he was doing one of these numbers. I thought, you know what? We're out here doing the 290 jam. This feels pretty good. This could get contagious. And we had to sit there a long time, and I tell you what, more people joined in, and we were having community right there in the middle of Highway 290. And I guarantee you, for months on end after that, we all waved at each other. I don't know any of their names, but I guarantee you one thing, if they would have been broken down on the side of the road or anything like that, I would have pulled over and assisted them. We had something in common. It's time to live life. Can you do it? Sounds like, wow, Kirby, in the perfect world, maybe it could be done. But I said, that's what you're hired to do. And you're hired to come here and here, and you're not going to work, you don't have a job, but you're going to live your life all day long here. Because what I decided to do is not try to build employees and not try to babysit non-productive employees. I decided I was going to build lives. Because you carry your life around everywhere you go. If you have a bad family life and you bring it into the office, it's going to rub that green funk all over the office. If you have a bad day at the office and you take it home, it's going to rub that green funk all over the home. But what if you lived your life? So many people have intentions on living your life, but you forget to. And I want people to live wherever you are. It's a pleasure to be with you. It really is. Say, you needed some energy. What happens within companies, and I talk to CEOs all the time, they say, you know what, my employees, I want them there at their desk because when I ring their phone, I want them there to answer it. And I'm going, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you mean you're sorry? Because they could be dead. Are your employees live or are they dead? What do you mean by that? We're not carrying people out in caskets or anything like that. Well, I mean, are they really alive? And what is the quality of their decisions? Who are they? Are they people? Or are they employees? Who are they? And I say, if they sit there too long, the more you sit, the more shallow you breathe. The more shallow that you breathe, the least amount of brain function. So if you're at a computer and it's real easy, anybody been on the computer 4 hours and it seemed like it was 30 minutes? When I'm putting together a PowerPoint or something like that, I'm sitting there and I'm going, why can't I think anymore? Well, I've been sitting there too long, and all that oxygen is not feeding my cells. It's not getting down where it belongs to feed my cells within my entire body and to feed my brain function. So that's why it is that it's so important that I say, we've got to breathe. You want your employees to get up and go. And I say that don't ever let an employee sit there longer than 55 minutes. Every 5 minutes, get up and do something. Get some exercise. Get some zip, spark, and possess. That's where we're going. Through my wellness program, Mind, Body, and Business, I just want people to make conscious decisions. Remember I said wellness is the constant conscious pursuit of living life to its fullest potential. Why do I say that? Because people are making unconscious decisions. When you go to the grocery store, we're going to put this in the basket, this in the basket, this in the basket. I do this every single week. We're just going to keep doing this. It's time to check out. You unconsciously bought groceries. Now some people, they read every single label. They get in your way. You can't get around them. You just can't be through. They're making conscious decisions. I'm making a conscious decision about what I'm going to eat for lunch, what I'm going to eat for breakfast, how much sleep I'm going to get. We are a sleep-deprived nation. How many people get 8 hours or more sleep a night? 2, 3. I do. You go, well, Kirby, you're a busy guy. You're doing many things. You have many irons in the fire. That's true. But I'm going to get my 8 hours sleep. You can have that same thing in your life. Smile, smile, smile. And don't ever stop smiling. And you show up for life and you be the best that you can be every single second of the day. And you ask yourself, and you look at yourself in the mirror every single morning. And you say, I am good. If you have to change your name, say, I be good. That's okay. Hello, my name is I be good. How are you feeling? I always say, I feel good like a Kirby Lammers should. And I do, don't I? Because that's what pulls. We all have magnetism. And I've got to say, are you pushing people away or are you pulling them in? What type of magnet lives inside of you? And I want you to really explore that. And I want you to have a very big, powerful magnet that pulls people in and holds on to the people that you want, not Toxie Roxy.